If you want to be notified when Breakfast Club videos go up, remember to subscribe and click the bell.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
I made the pickup. It's a little light, don't you think?
Mr. Malnick, surely you don't still consider yourself an A-plus courier after watching the Accelerate job, do you? But take heart, this is a drop-off game for your friend at the CIA.
Simple enough. So what do you need me for?
Backup.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other.
You know how this goes, Mr. Malnick. No guns, no weapons, no vehicles that can be traced back to you. If all goes well, you can regain your status as A-plus courier.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
Deal with it.
Hey guys, Nathan Brandon Masters, Breakfast Club Wednesdays. I'm back. Want to say thank you to Sister Danger for taking over for me at the last minute. I've been finishing my film Transit, and we're done with principal photography for the most part. So everything else on my part is going to be pickups and things of that nature, and hopefully we will have this done by the fall. So I'm finally coming out of this weird slump that I've been in for the past, I want to say, year or two. I haven't made a film since 2014, and I think it was like 2000. No, that's not true. It's like 2015 or 16, I think, somewhere in there. It's been a while since I actually completed a film, and there's a point where I really just kind of, I just didn't want to do it anymore. A lot of it had to do with YouTube and what seemed like a steady attack on small creators. And there were other factors going on with me as well that I just didn't understand. So I just kind of worked through it. I just kept working on things. So I published my books and I did the comic book stuff, and I just kept working on stuff to keep something going. Otherwise, my days would be nothing but just setting up watching YouTube videos all day and not producing anything. So what I went through was kind of like the YouTuber burnout, but it really wasn't a burnout. It really, at least it didn't feel that way to me. I still wanted to produce content. I just didn't want to do movies anymore, which was kind of a thing because I actually did want to do movies, but for some reason my brain was telling me no, I don't want to do movies anymore, and I'm not going to let you do movies anymore. I know you want to, but you're not going to. And I just couldn't for a long time. I didn't get any excitement out of doing it, where I know I want to, but I just didn't. And even uploading videos to YouTube and things of that nature wasn't exciting anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. And like I say, a lot of it did have to do with things that were happening on YouTube at the time, both before and after the apocalypse. Just these random changes that were being made, as well as the fact that YouTube is kind of a young person's game. You have to have the will and the energy, and you have to have a lot of desire to hit those goals, hit those marks. And for me, a lot of that takes a back seat after a while. Like, when I first really started taking YouTube seriously, I always wanted to create stuff, and always wanted to have something going up on YouTube. And I was good at commentary, and I was good at other stuff, but the kind of YouTuber I want to be isn't really the kind of YouTuber that I'm willing to put that much effort into anymore. Commentary gets kind of boring after a while, even though I know that there's some people. I think Mundane Matt does it very well, where he, finds articles and he talks about and discusses them. I would never be able to put up 4 videos a day. It would be so monotonous and boring to me. I just wouldn't be able to do it. And then, it came back to me that the thing that you really wanted to do was film. That was your thing. You wanted to make movies, so now you can make movies. So one of the things that you probably see is I'm not making as many videos on my main channel, and I'm really just focusing on filmmaking. And if there's something I really want to say, or a concept I really have, like I did the 28 days of drawing, something like that, then I'll actually start working on it and acting on it. But I really just don't have that desire that I used to have to produce content. And that's both good and bad. Obviously, financially, that's not the best thing in the world. But if I can get my movies and things back back together the way I wanted to in the first place, then that might not be anything to worry about. The goal that I had in mind was to constantly be producing and to be uploading to YouTube. And now with, just so much stuff going on, you can make a feature-length movie and YouTube just decide to demonetize it randomly. There doesn't, and keep this in mind, there doesn't have to be anything in your film that goes against YouTube's terms of service to be demonetized. It's an algorithm thing, and if your film or whatever is not, if your project isn't getting enough views, they'll take their time to get around to checking it for monetization. And even then, if the person looking at your video doesn't like it personally, they can still say, hey, we're not going to monetize this. And in my case, and I talked about this before, there seems to be video throttling at times when some of my videos have come 100% within the guidelines. They seem to have been throttled after a certain point, which may be, again, something that the algorithm is doing. We don't know anything about this algorithm really and what it does and what it's capable of doing. But, and I'm not the only person who talked about that. There's a YouTuber called The Quartering who also talked about that as well. So there is video throttling going on YouTube, and you never know when or why it's going to happen. But one of the things about me is I didn't start doing this just for profit. I was doing it for fun as well. And, my goal was to be a full-time filmmaker, and YouTube was, I was on the verge of that happening with YouTube, and seeing that all dissipate like that really worked a psychological number on me, where it seemed like I was working twice as hard to get less. And, not only financially, but in viewership as well. And there seems like it just kind of feels like there was a lot of missed opportunity in the time that I wasn't producing things. So I really want to kind of double time it and get back into creating, especially after I see what happens with transit. That will give me some idea of what I really need to do to get back to where I was. If I even can get back to where I was. I don't know. I seriously don't know what lays ahead, or lies ahead, what lies ahead. And but I won't know until I do something and find out. So this is me doing something and finding out. But the one good thing I can say is that there's definitely an audience for my content. So that's one very big silver lining. So other than that, guys, you take it easy. Nathan Brandon Masters. Awesome.
You say you wanna try, but you never